I've had this sitting in my drawer for a while. I put it on my Instagram. When I first got this, I got it with about 4 or 5 other knives that I'd ordered off of White Mountain. Don't know if these are available still. It's been, a month or so since I got this one. N690, it's a Fox core. Okay, it's a Voxnæs design. And it's N690, yeah, FRN, red FRN handle, and kind of here's your basic stuff like 3.1, 5-inch blade length, 7.5 inches overall length, etc., etc. Okay? Flipper, opener. I got it because I thought it was cool. I like the design on the scales. I like this pattern. It's a wire clip deep carry, and you could flip it right or left hand. It's got this back spacer, and I don't know if that is, I don't know if that's aluminum or titanium. I'll have to check up on that a little bit. It's got nested liners on it. See that? And they're skeletonized, but they're nested in there. There's your lock bar, and it's 30%, 25 to 30% lockup. Now, when I first got this knife, and it came in this box here, okay, right? They say gray spacer, but they don't say what this, and that's gray. I guess it is gray. It looks a little bluish gray, but technically it's gray, I guess. So, when I first got this, it was a little frustrating, and it still is. First of all, it is jimped here, so it should be easy to disengage the liner. Okay. And it is really difficult to disengage the liner, and it left a permanent dent in my thumb. Yeah. It is not easy to disengage. So, and you know what? I'm going to take this apart. I'm looking in here right now, and I'm seeing that looks kind of raggedy on the back of that blade where it engages that liner. Doesn't it to you? So I'm going to look, see if there's anything obvious. But when I posted on Instagram and I go, is anybody else, got an issue with disengaging the liner on this? They responded and said, no problem, we can fix that for you. Just, contact us, send it back in, we'll get it taken care of. And I have not done that yet, okay? I want to keep the knife to just present it as it comes out of the box. And you could say, okay, that's great, customer service, they'll take care of you. Okay, that's good, and I'm sure they will. The flip side of that is, QC, and somebody should have opened it and gone, holy shit, this is not easy to disengage. So this should go over on that pile of let's rework it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, other than that, no, I like the look. I like the design. It's N690. It's, what did I just show you? $143.96. So it's not G10, it's FRN. I think of FRN as a little bit inferior to G10. I mean, if I had to choose between FRN and G10, I'd probably go with G10. And then N690, I consider that, a blade steel that I'd put on a knife that would sell for $50, $70, $75, maybe $80, $85. But $140 something, maybe not. Then, of course, after discount, if they still have them for sale, you get $14 off. So, LTK discount code 14 off. So now, okay, you're under 130. Okay. So, is that okay? And for many of you, that's okay. And for some of you, it might still be a little pricey. Okay. I'm I always try and check, just kind of see, is it, you know, what's the sharpness level? And this one is sharp. This one's good. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, it's not crazy scary sharp, but it's on the sharper end of factory knives that I handle. So I'm pretty happy with that. And it's a nice, you know, stone washy blade. I like his designs overall. There's I mean, when I see a knife that looks like this, I go, it's got to be a Voxnæs design, right? Because that just hits me as his design language. And there are a lot of knives that look very similar to this that are by him, and you can spot it. And that's okay, because that's what he does. And that distinguishes him. So that's good. That's good. Compact, not really what I would call a gent carry. And okay, we're good. I mean, we got fingers on here. All of them are getting lined up there. Is this a jump forward position? It's a little funky because you got the flipper tab here. So to really dive down on this is not as obvious. Had this not had a flipper tab at all and just been an unsharpened area, you know, I don't know. I would not recommend that. And it's small enough you can kind of climb up on this blade anyhow. And then how do you really use it, or whatever you might do in whatever way, you know, many different ways to approach whatever cutting task you're going to get after. But, you know, deep carry, not bad. Yeah, it's got kind of a cap head screw, but I don't know that that's a big damn deal with a wire clip regardless. Pretty springy. You know, pretty indestructible, FRN is, and overall, not too shabby. That's a handful, isn't it? 0.56 at 14.4 millimeters. So it's a stocky little knife. It's at 3.8 millimeters too, 0.15 of an inch. And then overall, as they said, what was it? 3.15, and yeah, okay, at 80 millimeters, and then 7.5 inches, can we say? Pretty close. At 19 centimeters. So not big, not terribly small, not thin and, you know, discreet necessarily, kind of chunky and whatever, but a lot of his knives are. Okay, I think over time this will just wear in. But I'll make a decision as to whether I want to send it in for repair. And I'll probably void the warranty just by disassembling it. And if I do, so be it. Okay, 4.73 ounces at 134 grams. So almost 5 ounces. Well, you got almost a 4 millimeter blade stock. And it's a big, tall blade. Okay, so you do have that, although you got a nested liner, which isn't real thick, but it's steel. And then you got this back spacer. I don't think, hold on, let me try that back spacer, see if that's, nah, I'm feeling the liners, but not the back spacer. I'll try it when I get it apart, but it's centered. No blade player lock rock. It's just, yeah, it's getting better though. Maybe it will, you know, finally give up the ghost. It's just way, way tougher than it should be. You can finger flick it, okay, and then you got a flipper tab. So this as well. But design flows. And blade to handle length is fine. So any of you guys got one of these out there? What do you think? Is this something you like? I mean, it's not going to be super discreet, lightweight carry, but it's, I mean, and it's not ultra inexpensive, but it's not really expensive. So you could just carry it, use it every day. It's not super long, but it's not slender, and it's not really what I would consider lightweight either. So it's just kind of a small, chunky work knife, I guess, is what I would call it. All right, well, if I'm going to attack this knife as far as taking it apart, obviously we've got no business coming in there. So let's try it from behind, because that's where the screws are. We're going to go where we think we're going to go with where the screws are. Okay, we got you busted. I definitely think there's some thread locker on that dog. Yeah, and there was. Wasn't ridiculous, but it was borderline pretty tough to break away. And so if we got this off, okay, then pocket clip. That's all we got. Okay, let's see where we are. See if the pocket clip's any longer screw, or if it's the same length as the body screw. If it's the exact same. Come here. Come here. Come here. Nah, they're the same. Okay. But the one with the blue went on the clip, so whatever. Yeah, okay. Now, can we pop you off? What are we waiting for? Okay, we're just waiting for enough pressure. I was about ready to take the old plastic wedgie to it, but okay, so there's your FRN scale. Not the most hale and hearty thickness, but then again, it's pretty corrosion resistant, and resistant to chemical effects and things like that. So it's good. It's it's durable. And let's see how we're going to try and coax this away from the backspacer that wants to keep holding on. Boy, it really does, doesn't it? Okay. And yes, it does, doesn't it? Okay. What are we doing? Okay. We gotta... It's really tight on this area, isn't it? Maybe ignore that and we'll just roll it back around and put it back on, but it looks distorted and it's coming through from the front there, so okay. Let's just do this. I mean, we can get to the pivot. So I guess my lock bar thing wasn't the only issue I was having. And then this pivot is a D-shaped pivot. Okay, here. Which will push out. And then here's the bearings, which are not ceramic, but they're pretty standard fare. Okay. Pried it off. These are D-shaped. This is D-shaped. And this is D-shaped. So when I was popping that liner off, maybe I did this. Because I moved the whole thing and it wasn't coming up off of that piece. And so maybe I distorted this pin. If I did, so be it. By the way, this will be on my next giveaway. Get ready, boys. That's how you get rid of them. And lock bar crazy. What do we got? Well, we got a detamp ball. It looks like a white ceramic detamp ball. got a big old blade stop, and it's jammed in there pretty good. I guess I could take it out if I worked it hard enough, but no, too lazy to do that. And here's the pocket clip, so here's the pivot comes through. And yeah, we're all good. So let's pop this through. Let's get some bearings on here. And throw a splash of juice on here. And kick this down. And then, of course, I just need to lay this back down on this area. What else am I missing other than my other set of bearings? Always nice to look around, isn't it? Okay, let's set you down. All right, what do we got? Just outer screws. So here we, let me see. Come on. And should be good right here. Okay, sorry. For some reason, something was feeling a bit off. Okay, we got it. Okay, very strange. Not exactly easy apart, easy back together. It's, I don't know if it was a smart move to make all those little pieces D-shape, except the reason they did is because they didn't give you any access in the front, because I guess they wanted to have a little cleaner look for this hardware, but I don't know that that really worked out well with the way it was done, but okay. It'll work. It'll get back together here. Just ought to pull it all together. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. At least because they're D-shaped, it will pull them together. They're not going to turn. And then this one sits down in here. And okay, we're good. Now we got to get you sent down through here, if you will be so kind. Okay. Okay. All right. And let's get you put where you need to. And that needed to draw through pretty good. Let me see, where are we? Okay, we're good. We're good. So see if you can see on the back of that blade here. I mean, it doesn't look right, does it? And that's probably why that liner's hanging up. Okay? So, yeah, just kind of messed up on there. And to be honest, probably need to take a sharpening or like a diamond stone or something and clean the face up on that. But you know what? I'm going to pass on that and just leave it the way it is. Although, yeah, it's very difficult to disengage, but this will be a job for Fox Knives. I'll take them up on their offer. You guys, take it easy. We got the Fox core in the studio. We do love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.